Hey guys, it's Joe Mar here, and it's been a while since I've put something up, video or audio or content-wise or anything. You may have been expecting to hear me on the air or the radio, but I forgot to mention, I don't know if I did, but I'm actually off the air for the summer, all the way through until September when fall programming resumes. So for the meantime, I just decided, let me go ahead and try and catch up on posting of videos and content, because this is something that I had been missing out on for the past weeks. I was actually supposed to put some content up about last week and another week before, but time got the better of me, and there were a bunch of things happening here actually that I had to take care of. You may also notice too that I'm in a different location compared to, say, my Hamiltonian residence or even just my room. This is actually a different room in the house, and this is the first time I'm actually filming here. One, the lighting is actually not too bad, and secondly, it's because our network actually got fixed recently. In fact, just yesterday or something, my dad and I had been working on trying to fix up our internet connection here. We actually had to move our modem and router and put them in a different room, because for this whole time, those two little units had been in my bedroom, or the one that I share with my younger brother. And of all the places in the room and of all the places in the house, it's in the very corner of the room. So you can only imagine how much of the house actually gets our Wi-Fi connection. And in fact, if you step outside and just stand outside in the driveway, because our room is at the front of the house, you can still actually get a fair amount of solid connection, and half the house isn't even getting any, if any at all. So, it's been pretty bad. But anyways, I said, let me go ahead and put some videos up. So for this particular video, I decided I wanted to try my hand at vlogging for a little bit. I was going to, actually, but then a few things sort of came up. One, I didn't vlog enough content. Two, my vlogging style I still have to develop, and if even any at all, because oftentimes I just been getting, splice footage of scenery and things like that, not actual footage of me or us actually doing things. And thirdly, because I don't have any music. Well, I mean, I could totally produce something, maybe just like most of the introductory tracks you hear from, title card, break time card, little things like that. I could totally do that, and I said, maybe I could. But I decided, maybe we could try something a little bit different. Recently, I've been watching a bunch of YouTube channels that featured vloggers and, people doing day-in-my-life sort of things. And it's funny because I'd been paying attention so much to the music and stuff like that. In the sense of, well, what kind of music do people normally like to use? And I found that there are some major themes. Obviously, some very cliche tracks that people use almost all the time. But some I've heard are mostly things like, electronic music, some lo-fi, but also a lot of indie sort of very happy, upbeat, bright-sounding tracks, just with a typical guitar, uke, bells, that sort of thing. Very, very minimalistic, but at the same time, very simple-sounding and nice-sounding. So I said, we'll go ahead and give our try that. Maybe that could be the focus of today's video. Vlogging will be secondary. I did get some footage of yesterday because, put some context in here real quick, because this video is already going very downhill, but today is actually the 22nd, I think, 22nd or 23rd of May. Yesterday, for those of you who observe this in Canada and anywhere around the world, it was Victoria Day, so it was a long weekend. Actually, not even yesterday, the day before that was Victoria Day. And during that time, I said, I'll go ahead and grab some footage of the things that we did. But again, most of these things are just me taking footage of, scenery. Anyways, I said, well, we'll go ahead and put these up anyway, just for the sake of putting them up. But we'll also try and incorporate a nice little background track and see what happens. So obviously, this will not be a fully fledged vlog video. And I don't think I ever will put up a fully fledged vlog video. Try saying that one really fast. Fully fledged vlog video. But anyways, it may come one day. I'll find out if I ever do get my hand at vlogging. But anyways, I'm going to go right into the music before we ramble on about who knows what I'm going to start rambling on about. So behind me there's a bass, there's a uke on the far corner, there's a guitar behind this camera, the piano's just over here, and I have myself a few auxiliary instruments, and I decided that I selected some that probably might be the most important, which are a tambourine, a very toy tambourine, and maybe one or two little maracas or shakers, however we want to try and use those. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here, and we'll get right into it. So one of the first little things I'll probably try to do is determine a chord progression, because that's one of the most important things in determining these songs. So most of the ones that I'd heard and paid attention to mainly were in a nice major sounding key, or something that sort of just put you in a good mood. So for those of you who are not so musical savvy, A key is pretty much, one of the 12 notes of the scale, or one of the 12 scales of the musical. I don't even know how to describe this. One of the 12 possible notes. Let's put it that way. Because you look at a piano, there's every section. If you go from C to C, you'll notice that there are 12 notes in between. So your song could be in any one of those 12 keys, which basically is a note. And there's a whole ramble on with chords and all those things, triads, scale degrees, types of chords, 7, 9, major, minor, all those things. But for the sake of this video, let's just say we're going to try and build something a little more fun. However, for those of you who are musical savvy, I am going to try a little bit of a challenge today, and that is to make a background track that is in a certain key, but the chord of that, any chord of that key is not actually used. So for example, I'm playing something in C. I will never use C or its sister A minor. So any of those two chords will not be used. So let's give this a try, and I think I came up with a little bit of something. I'm going to show you when I quickly switch the camera onto the piano, so we'll give that a shot. Here we go. So I've switched out of my camera setting into my phone setting, only because we're going to try and determine what the chords are here. So basically, we're at the piano now, and yeah, so this is sort of a vlog-ish style now. You can't really see me. You might actually, I can see me high. But we're going to try and see if we can get this piano stuff going. So for those of you who know, first of all, we're going to talk about the key. So for example, if something was in the key of C, this here is C, namely, stuff like that. Let's think of, for example, most people use a very simple track, Twinkle Twinkle, let's say. That's in the key of C, because, you're doing that stuff like that, right? Because you got your chord. This here is the main chord. So if your key was C, this is your major chord, right? If it was A, it's your major chord, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm not gonna make a song out of that. But anyways, we're gonna try and see if we can get this going. So the progression I think I had in mind was something where it would be in the key of A, so it's here. Nice sounding key, because you've got, these are the chords that you could use in this that would probably sound well. Oh, my lazy hand. See, this is why I could never vlog a piano. But anyways, we're going to try this out. So the ones I'm going to try to use here, I cannot use this, and I will not use this. Oh, that's the same thing. I meant this and this, which is going to be A and its sister F sharp, because anything technically, if you have a major key, it's got its own minor key. So sorry if this is going to confuse a ton of you if you're not so musical savvy, but every major key has its own counterpart minor key. So for example, C is A minor because they overlap the scales. Or whatever the thing was. Obviously, I can't seem to play right now and hold my camera at the same time. But anyways, we're going to give this a try anyway. So the chords I'm going to use are probably, we'll try and introduce this, and then maybe that. And what else do we have left? We've got this one, because we got that. Yeah, we could, so... Because we can't use that, we can't use that. So maybe this one? Nah, I think that might be a little too dark. Diminished chords are very nice, though. Because, for example, here's a famous one that often gets you some fun. Diminished chord! Anyways, back to this now. So we'll just try some nice sounding major chords, and then, yeah, maybe we can do, let's see, if we do this, yeah, we could do that. So maybe instead of this minor, we can make it a major one. Yeah, that'd be fun. So let's do... Alright, let's try that now. I'm going to switch back to the camera so we can try and see if we can get the two-handed stuff on here. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to try it out. Hopefully you can hear me. My recording device is on top of the piano, so we're going to try this out. Here we go. So if we do maybe a D, we could. And then we can do E, and then maybe an inversion of E, and then either... And then we go to B. Okay, so here's where the fun part comes in. Now we're going to start experimenting with the chord sounds themselves. And I think what I might do in terms of sound, I might just do nice upbeat things, probably about here. Dun 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 2, 3, 4. Something like that. I can't sing, so. And then probably have a nice shaker going in the background with a tambourine or something. Yeah, we'll figure that. So maybe if we did that, let's just start simple. This is in D and in A too. There's no mention of this chord or this chord, because these are usually major chords that would determine. Because this song could have been like this, right? You know, or it could be like this. That's what we're going to try and dodge, because most songs normally would start on this, make it sound really nice, or this one to give it sort of that I'm coming, you know, like coming of, what's a term for it? Sort of like, not really coming out, but more of an emergence, I guess, if you will, you know. Sort of like the minor gives it a little bit more of that epicness, I think. Like an epic emergence. Let's call it that. I don't know. Anyway, let's go on ahead. So we do this. That leading Wonderwall chord or something, because you know how Wonderwall goes with this. I think it's like that, or no, it's the 4th chord, whatever it was. Anyway, now it's time to make these chords sound a little nicer, a little more complete. Not nicer, they're already nice chords. So there is no mention, but you know this key is an A, so that's really fun. No mention of the actual thing itself, no, the key that is, so. There's none of that, so here's where we get fun. Okay, anyway. So now that we have sort of a progression, I think, I'm kind of doing this on the fly too as we roll tape on this. So we've got this. Like that. That sounds pretty good. Ah, here's something. What if we do this? Incorporate that. Let's keep playing this, and maybe, just maybe, I might actually try to squeeze some vlog footage in here as we start playing this natural music. I don't know if I can see me on the camera, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. Okay, so the reason why mainly I picked those chords mainly was because it'd be easier for me to play on the guitar, because for me I really need a capo, and I just know all the basic chord shapes. So anyways, if we couple that up, so I think we had D, and then we had E and an inverted E or something like that. So let's get right to it. Here we go. I think this was the first one or something like that. Yeah, I think it was, yeah. And then that. Yeah. actually, that sounds really cool. Here, so if we put it in context and sort of had the pattern that I had in mind when I was doing the stuff on the piano, it would sound like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So D, E, and then the inverted E, and then D again. There we go. D. There we go. E to the B major chord. And then D again. I don't even know why I'm barking these out. It's just, you know. Alright, so now what I'll do is all the other fun stuff, which includes the shakers and the tambourine. I'll probably record them each separately, so first off it's going to be just a nice, easy shaker. Now, the reason why you're probably asking why I'd use this is because it dampens the sound a little nicer. These are, I mean, I don't even know where these came from. These are some old toy shakers. So you can normally, you know, do something like this, just have a nice little shaking thing, but I said it sounds a little hollow, there's a little high pitch, so we'll dampen it out and do this. So it sounds more like an egg shaker, and this is really, I think, the effect we're looking for. So I'm going to listen to the track, because I sort of recorded a tad bit of these two over. I mean, yeah, I recorded the piano bit, I think, yeah, and then the guitar. Actually, I also, I might play around with the piano a bit too, because I think if the guitar drives the song, maybe I'll just make a nice little upbeat melody-ish thing. It may sound possibly cliche, but it should be good. Anyway, let's start working on this. So for this little pattern, we're probably just gonna do a little something like this. Let me just put my headphones on and try and see if I can listen into where we're supposed to be. Here we go. My computer, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's just behind over here, and so we're going to try this out. Okay, so I think I should do shaking pattern, something like that. Here we go. Now, I remember mentioning that we were going a little earlier that I was going to play around with the melody line for the piano a bit. So instead of having all the nice chords, or I mean, they're still going to be nice, but instead of having just chords, I might actually give it a nice little double octave melody or something, you know. So something with that sort. We're going to play around with that. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and listen in to the track, and we're going to try this out as we blend it in and add some piano. Here we go. You know what, maybe why not complete the track with a little bit of clapping? So we'll throw those claps in and probably just do a little bit of that, have some fun. So let me just go and put my headphones back on wherever they went. Here we are. Okay, I'm gonna throw some clapping in, make this just a little bit more fun. Here we go. Just maybe on every 2 and 4 or something. That might be pretty good. Just nice, nothing too fancy. You know, this. fun and walked on those bench things, I obviously decided not to film that for good reason. Now here we are humming. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, that's really great. And please do let me know below. If you didn't, that's totally fine too. Also let me know down below whether or not you did like it. If you think you wanted to hear it in a different key, or if you have any more suggestions, say for, make some background music with these particular constraints or something, or minus this instrument, or maybe add this instrument, I could totally give it a try. And I'm open to suggestions right now, so go on ahead. And other than that, well, once again, hopefully enjoy the video, and see you until next time.